Hi, my name is Doris Clark, and I've been friends with Kirk and Terry for many years. They were both Emmaus brother and sister, and I was attending a memorial service for my husband 5 years ago, and Kirk and Terry came in carrying a small baby, and Kirk walked over and handed the baby to me, and that was probably one of the saddest days of my life, but that baby brought joy into my life on a day of sadness. And because of that, I think of her very often these days because that little girl was Emma, Heather's daughter, and she brought a special happiness to me at a time when I was sad.
So this message is for Emma and Connor. My name is Kate. I went to school with your mom from elementary school into high school. Your mom was a beautiful person and someone that I was really grateful to have in my life. And she made a real lasting impression on everyone she knows. And one of my favorite memories with your mom was the day she got married. And we saw her after the wedding, and their goal was to make it until morning so they could take their sunrise photos, your mom and your dad. And she was so happy, and she looked so beautiful. And our goal was just to keep her awake. And so we ended up at a few different places, just having a really good time, enjoying everybody's company and celebrating with her on this really happy occasion. And I'm so grateful that I had a chance to be a part of that evening. And I hope that you guys see through all of these messages how amazing your mom was, and that she loved you so much, and she loved everyone a lot. She's a great person.
Hi, I'm Nikki. I am a longtime friend of Heather's. She was actually my first friend when I moved down here to Boca when I was 6 years old. She was the first person to give me a smile and a hug and welcome me, and we were friends ever since. She's a really special person. She's really going to be missed. We have a lot of special memories together. We've been through a lot, including her wedding and baby showers and watching her kids grow up and watching her go through her battle with cancer. She is gone, but her story is going to inspire a lot of people. She was really brave and positive, and I'm going to lose it. She will always be missed, but her story will live on, and her memory will live on. She has so many special people that she's touched, and she will continue to live on in our hearts. To her family, anything you need, reach out to me. No matter where we are in our lives, I'll always be there because she was always there for me.
I'm Connie. I've known Heather since elementary school. We went to Boca L, Boca Middle, and Boca High together. One of my favorite memories was actually on our 5th grade trip up to Washington, D.C. And we were on the train, and our car figured out that we could turn the seats around. And so we all turned the seats so that they were all facing each other so we could have like one big, group of us. And the people walking through and the parents yelled at us. And so every time they would leave, we would turn them back around every time they left. And more recently, I was pregnant with Heather at the same time as she had Connor. And my little girl, Cammie, is about a week older. So that was fun to kind of, even though we weren't still in touch as much, we were able to kind of stay together on Facebook as we had our children together.
All right, my name's Christine. I was good friends with Heather in middle school. She was one of my best friends. And her and our other friend, Nikki, talked me into playing or trying to join the soccer team in middle school. I've never played soccer in my whole life. And they pushed me to try out, even though I had no idea what I was doing. And I don't even know where I got the gear from. Probably Nikki or Heather gave me some gear to run around and try out for soccer. And needless to say, I didn't make the team. because I had no clue what I was doing, but they just wanted me on the team with them because they were my best friends. And I have one more memory with Heather. Stupid, but we went to South Florida Fair after having a sleepover. Her parents took us, and we thought we were going to have a lot of fun, and we went on the spinning ride, and I got really sick, and the rest of the trip she was pretty much alone with one of her parents while her other parent was sitting with me while I couldn't stop throwing up. So those were some memories I had, and I'm glad my son got to meet her and recently, and miss you.
Hi, I'm Kelly, and I know Heather from high school. We were in Boca High chorus together. I actually took that class as a senior, beginning chorus, for an easy elective, and Heather was one of my classmates. She's a couple years younger than me, and the one memory I have that sticks out in my mind from her is when the last concert we did for the seniors, Mr. Castle, our director, had like little gifts for all the seniors that he presented at the concert, and he forgot me and a friend of mine who was also in beginning chorus that were seniors. So she convinced us when we got back to class to ask him what he was going to do to make it right since he forgot us. And because of her, we ended up not having to do our final project as seniors that we were supposed to do. So she was very encouraging and very caring and wanted us to like stand up for ourselves because he embarrassed us and forgot about us. Sorry. So I'm gonna really miss her encouraging spirit around.
Connor and Emma. I'm Grandma Donna.
I'm Brittany Herbst. I'm Grandma Donna's granddaughter.
And cousin.
I'm Heather's cousin. She was married to Grandpa Jim, and she's the one, Grandpa Jim and Grandma Donna took us, me and Heather, out west, and we did a RV trip together. And we were saying a little bit earlier that it was really fun. Me and Heather would kind of razz Grandma and Grandpa a little bit in the back seat and say, oh, there's another rock again. And then Heather said something about, oh, that's an interesting rock. And I said, oh, what will the next rock bring? Anyway.
And also when we were out in that desert driving, we decided to teach Heather how to drive. She must have been about 13. So Grandpa got in the passenger seat and we put your mom in the driver's seat. Mm-hmm. And she could barely see over the steering wheel.
I just screamed the whole time. I said I didn't want to die. So.
And so anyway, she drove down this sandy desert road, and we had to keep telling her not to hit the rocks. And but she did a good job.
Yep.
And we had a lot of good memories on our camping trips. The family was always all together. Your grandma and Grandpa Milner, and we just want to say how much we loved your mom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We loved her a
Bye-bye,
lot.
kids.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Connor. Hi, Emma. Hi, Jen. We want you to know how much you're loved. We loved your parents, your mother, Heather, so much. She's an incredible lady.
She's an amazing woman.
We were blessed to be able to spend some great quality time with Heather and Rob before you were here.
Great concerts, had so much fun together, and there's so many memories. You guys will always be loved.
Mm-hmm. Shelly and Chip, we work at the hospital and fire rescue. We love you.
Hey guys.
Hi guys.
I'm Amy and Neil, and you know us because we're your neighbors. We have been neighbors since 2007, so our son was in Mommy and Daddy's wedding, and we're very close to you guys, and we want you to know that as you grow older, you can always come to us because we live right next door, and we love you very, very much. And Heather was a very big part of our life because we were always outside with Mommy, riding the bikes, doing bubbles, going to the pool. We did so many fun things together, and we always want to try to keep her memory alive for Emma and Connor. And I remember the first time we met Heather.
The truck.
The truck. She came up to the driveway and she was outside and we said, "Who are you?" And she said, "We're going to be moving in next door. I just want to make sure the driveway is big enough for my boyfriend's truck." So Rob has a big red truck. So we were like, okay, cool. And from there on, we became very good friends. But I think we became extremely close after Emma was born because we have children. So Emma and Connor and our children are very close, and they have been very close since day one, and we're hoping they're going to continue that relationship. So I just want to say, Heather, I will keep your spirit alive. I will watch out for your children. I hope wherever you are, you're at peace, and I know you're always going to be around us, watching us, and protecting everybody. We love you.
Love you always.
That's it.
That's it. That's it.
Hi, my name is Kelly. I am friends with Terry from the Emmaus community. I met Heather through Terry, through the hospital. And I would go and visit her, and on her last day when she told me she was going to be in hospice, I just bawled like a baby and just wanted to, thank her because she made me want to live life to the fullest and serve God with all my heart. And she had such a drive and a passion to want to live and to take care of her kids. But God had a different plan, and it was to send her home and be with him. So your mother just was awesome, and she really touched my life in a powerful way, and God used her in her last days and used her powerfully. So I would just say, just to live your life to the fullest and love Jesus with all your heart and serve him, whatever he has planned for you. That's really what Heather taught me in her short time with her. And I just wanted to just thank God for her.
Hi, Emma and Connor. This is Abigail and Bimbo. And this is my sister, Catherine and Bimbo. We grew up with Heather. She moved on our block when she was about 4. So we had a lot of memories together growing up as a child.
Bike riding, swimming in the pool.
Sleepovers.
Going to church.
Yeah, lots of memories together. So I just remember one memory specifically that I slept over, and your grandma and grandpa were putting us to bed, and she had a blanket that maybe it was really old, and maybe her mom didn't want her to, like your grandma didn't want her to sleep with it, maybe because it was kind of maybe dirty or something, but she would cut like a little square off for Heather, like every couple of months or whatever, so Heather could sleep with a piece of it every night. And then I remember one of the nights I came over and I was, I guess, trouble sleeping, and she cut me a piece of her blanket, and like I kept it for like a long time, and like I slept with it for a while, and I don't know, it was just something that I remember because she was just always giving, like she just wanted everyone to feel comfortable.
Hi. I grew up with your mom, and we had a lot of fun memories as kids, and when we were little, before you knew about Jesus, when I was a little girl, I wanted to tell you about it, and I probably was 4 years old, and I actually thought I got in trouble because your dad or your grandpa called my dad to ask who this Jesus was, and ever since then you and your family started coming to church with us, and it was like your mom was like a sister to us because we all grew up on the same street, and we just want you to know how much we loved your mom, and we'll always be there for you.
Hi, I'm Pam and my husband Jim, and your grandma, your mommy, Heather, lived 3 doors down from us, and we remember you playing with our girls and growing up with our girls and being there at birthday parties and dressing up. And especially I remember your mommy riding her bike and with her helmet on and pedaling up and down the street. We had the only hill in Boca, and your mommy was such a sweet little girl, and she was always there, quiet and in the background, but always sweet and fun to be around with the kids. And we love your mommy. Your mommy has a beautiful smile. Emily, you look just like your mama. Connor, you do too, and more like your daddy. But we love you both, and we loved your mommy, and it was so much fun watching her grow up on our street. And we love you.
Okay, kids. Just want you to know that our block is always your block. And no matter how much you grow up and no matter where you go, you can always come home to Southwest 1st Street, because that's where your mommy grew up and that's where we are, and we'll be there. Okay.
We love you
guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, so I'm Sarah, Heather's oldest female cousin.
And I'm Jess Gradling, the youngest cousin of everybody.
And we wanted to tell some stories about Heather when we were growing up. So Jessica, being, what, 3.5 months younger?
4 months younger.
4 months younger than Heather. We're very similar growing up. We went to Cooksville, Tennessee for a family reunion, and Heather got the entire Shania Twain DVD or CD memorized. We were belting it out in the hotel lobby, the hotel pool. We were belting it out in our hotel room. God bless Grandma for putting up with us. We also had our first snow with her.
Yeah, our first snow, I think we were 13. She was a freshman in high school because I was a 8th grader in middle school. And we all had Christmas at Grandma and Grandpa's up in Seneca. And Aunt Terry and Uncle Kirk took us to see snow the first day. And I had just gotten my class ring and I lost it in the snow when I took the gloves off because your hands freeze. And then the next day we borrowed Grandpa's neighbor's metal detector, and we went back out with our parents, Mom and Dad,
and
trying
Heather.
to find it, and Heather came along for the ride
And was digging.
We didn't find it, but what we did do is we got to explore the mountain more as a family, and there's a beautiful picture of us and our dad in the mountains. And was it North Carolina?
I think it was North Carolina.
Yeah.
And what else were we going to tell? I forget.
But and that same Christmas, Nutmeg. See, Uncle Kirk and Aunt Terry thought it'd be funny to take Nutmeg out to go potty. That was the golden retriever. And she got all nice and wet and snowy, then jumped on our bed on Christmas morning to wake us up. So we smelled like dog the whole morning.
Wet, snowy, covered dog the entire morning, yes.
Yeah.
But we had some good memories with her, so we just wanted to share them while we still remembered them.
Yes, because she's older and she's going to start losing her mind soon.
Yeah, and this one's younger and she's already losing her mind. But we love her, we miss her, and she touched our lives in a way that only Heather could.
Hi, I'm Marie Riedling, Heather's grandmother. We were delighted when we had Heather. We were still living in Boca at the time, and she was our pride and joy, as well as our other grandchildren. And we on Friday nights, after she got to be about 1.5 years or maybe a little bit older, we would get her on Friday nights and after work, and we would take her grocery shopping with us and out to eat. And we'd always ask her, where do you want to go eat? Pizza, what she'd say. So we'd go to New York Pizza, and we'd walk in, and we'd say to her, what kind of pizza? Broccoli pizza. And Grandpa would say, wouldn't you like something else besides broccoli pizza? No, broccoli pizza. And he did not like broccoli pizza as much as he would have liked some other kind, but we had broccoli pizza. And her love of broccoli came because she would always come over to our house at various assorted times. I'd sit her up by the counter when I was doing vegetables for dinner at night, and she would eat them all raw. And for the longest time, she hated to have a cooked vegetable. She'd just eat plain vegetables. The other story I have about her is she was always crying if she'd get a splinter or she'd scratch her knee or she just didn't feel good. And she didn't want anybody to touch her, but she'd go to Grandpa and she'd say, I have a splinter. And he'd say, okay, we'll take care of it. He'd go and get the tweezers and come towards her, and she'd start screaming. And he'd say, I'm not going to hurt you. Yes, you are. It's going to hurt me. And he'd say, no. He says, I'm going to take care of you so you'll feel better, and that won't hurt you. And she'd scream and holler, and the closer he got, the screams, it sounded like we were killing her. It's a wonder the police didn't come. And pretty soon, he'd get that splinter out, and he'd show it to her, and he'd say, see, now we're going to put some, wash it off, and we're going to put a bandage on. And for years, this went on. And finally, he said to her one day, you will never be a nurse. And look what happened to her. She became a very good nurse. And we dearly loved her, and we'll miss her.